of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
45. Sit up. That QB's trash. Let's go. Check.
Greystone, travel.
Check 37. Check 37.
5.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
55.
Wilson now, operating from the gun. Complete, he finds Braid. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
First down. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Penny, the first down carry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson and Braith, the tight end's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Hey, 0.
Wilson on 3rd down. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
First down, Seahawks.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly again, you probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And they'll get this down to the 10. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week. But here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Wilson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. So they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st down, Seattle.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He had a good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
A gain of 8 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Check 31. Check it out, please. 12. There.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
21.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Watch the run. Check. Lock 21. Switch.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
51.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 52. Hey, Tuesday.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event,
and the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta's 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Freeman. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Motion man. Watch 12.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now it's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 51. Down. He's scared.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Ryan. And he's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Check 3.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
55 to Mike. Come on, D. Come on, guys. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. There we go.
Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Recon, 132 fighter.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on fourth down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
36 power. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Watch twist. Watch twist.
They'll run this with Homer. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
5 yards on
95.
and it's third.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
Mike.
Check 55, Mike. What's the run? They're running it.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's third down.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Hey, express. 51.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's just me and you. Switch it. Got it. Check. Crack down. 36. No. Undercrush.
This is Kelly. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the carry is Kelly. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got Lockett. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Going on the ground with Homer. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And it's 3rd down.
What? 380. Coming to you. Deuce.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Now it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Good. Let's go, 14.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson is going to find his running back. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st down, Kellen. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
21.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. He's going to let it go again. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check right 45. Check right 45. Let's go, team.
Here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up first and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, Rick Lance. Check 25. Watch safety green. Hey, check. Go.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
59, 50. Let's go. Wait. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 24. Check 24.
X3, 218, chopper. Go.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there. First down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Ryan now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Check.
Now Ryan. On target over the middle of the hill. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll go option to the short side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Smith trying to run for it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
A 3-yard pickup. And
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And an out. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down. To 24.
Waiting. Alert. Six guard. Check 6 guard. Shoot.
This is Homer. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You ain't doing nothing.
Now Wilson, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Switch. Out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's Wilson. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tack McKinley. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, they're... First 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 7-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
22.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Knight. They'll set up the screen to Smith. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Now he's forced out left. And he's taken down trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a...